Hello, and welcome back to DJ Kels and Friends for episode 22. Let me bring my brother Los. I'm sorry. Y'all can look in the back room when I'm getting started, and Los made me laugh. What's up, Los?
Hey,
Well,
how y'all doing?
I wish it's been so long, but I literally just saw you the other day. We were DJing
Right.
together. You know what I missed? Okay, so I'm giving the people some time to get in tonight. I know a lot of my people that are local, we're juggling between two. I was literally just watching the Queen's Lounge premiere, and I want to salute the ladies. I know they can't hear me now because they're in the middle of a very good conversation. But if you ladies do happen to watch, I want to salute you guys with your premiere tonight. Very, very good show thus far.
Hey, what's up?
Looking forward to what all you guys have to bring. But there's so much going on over here
Yeah,
too.
bro.
So we're gonna keep it rocking and popping. But I do have to say, Lowe's. I would say it's been so long, but it ain't. It's just been like not too long ago. Hey, comment section. Hey,
Hey, comment section, jump in.
hey, like I said, I'm myself, so I know y'all are. I'm tossing from back to back. I got my phone in my hand. I was looking at Paris in the back room. I know she's doing the same thing, so we tossing back and forth a little bit. But y'all, we got some good hot topics tonight. We got a very, very good guest. I'm gonna bring her on in just a few because we're gonna get tonight is gonna be on and popping. Listen. I told y'all earlier in the month, if you a boss, you definitely want to watch. You want to watch last week, but you definitely want to watch tonight. And ladies, I did not forget you. This is Women's History Month. So y'all know I had to have like a real boss chick tonight. Like I had to come guns and blazing for Women's History Month. This month is dedicated to us ladies. So, well, really for real, every month is. But I had to look at Lowe's facialist first and get your face right, Lowe's. Anyway, y'all, we're about to get it started in here. Give me y'all some time to get in. Hope everybody had a wonderful day. Lowe's, how you been? How your day been?
It's been pretty good. Right before I got out here, I was doing some work notes, and they starting to nitpick, and they adding more and more. So
Lowe's, I have to remind Lowe's, we on YouTube and Facebook. Your boss and your work people can see this. It's the face for me. Anyway, y'all be praying for Lowe's. Y'all know it's the end. This we trying to get through this little last semester and then some. This little last semester and a little change. So y'all pray them through. All right, y'all.
please.
So my guest tonight. Now I'm gonna let her introduce and talk about her life and all that good stuff. I ain't gonna tell a whole life story. So y'all know how I'm doing DJ Kels and Friends. I like to say how I meet the people and basically why I brought them on the show. So I met Paris. This is gonna sound like a crazy story, but just hear me out. So I met Paris when I was working at the YWCA years ago. She was enrolling her kids, but see, at the time, the girl was running a real good program, honey. So I had over the limit and a waiting list. And so she was telling me about this lady that told her about the program, which was a cousin of mine. But I'm still thinking, people be knowing folks, and sometimes you be keen on different sides of folks' families, and hey, small world. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So the more we had some slots that opened up, and I actually ran into her at a church service. And so I was like, oh, I remember her. That's the lady that put the kids on the wait list. So I'm like, okay, which is good. Listen, if you work with kids, it's a good way to peep folks out when you see them out in public with the little children. You see them in the Walmart, you see them in Food Line, you see them in church. You need to see how, listen, this is very important if you work with kids. How does that child act around their kids? Around their parent and vice versa. Because that says a lot about the parent and the child. I'm trying to help y'all. And they were so well mannered. Listen carefully. Your children are a reflection of you. And honey, let me tell you, some of y'all kids is telling on y'all don't realize it. But they were so well mannered, and I was like, I'm about to put them in here. So, hold on, I want y'all to just put them in there. They were next in line. I had some kids that left, and they were next in line. Anywho, so I get the kids in or whatever, and it just kind of budded from there. Lo and behold, we done found out we cousins. Child, let me tell you, half the chaps at the center was my cousin. It was just that's the joys of working in your hometown. So, and when people ask me why I don't date locally, because I'm related to half of the town, literally. Shut up, Carlos. I ain't related to everybody, just a lot of somebody. So, this young lady has really grassroots, like really got out the mud, really worked hard. And I think it's very important to highlight people that are hard workers that are educated, that bring a lot to the table. She's doing all this while being a single mother. But I really want to talk about tonight being a female in a male dominated industry. So y'all remind me of that in case I forget. But when you can, it's one thing to take what you do to another level, but it's another thing when you're the only one that looks like you doing what you do, or you're one of few that do what you do looking like you. Just like when we had Tay Lewis on a couple weeks ago. Y'all know it ain't that many black men singing country. So when you take a genre or an element where you come in the underdog and you come out on top, you got to talk about it. You got to share that story because somebody needs to hear that. So, all right, now y'all already know Paris from the comment section, okay? So don't act like y'all don't know. You better act like you know. Well,
Act like you know.
you was waiting on that all night.
Yeah.
You was waiting to say act like you know all night. All right, y'all. Y'all give a warm DJ Kels and friends. Welcome to Miss Paris Craig coming in.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. So y'all know how we kick it off. We're gonna kick it off with some hot topics. But before we do, I am gonna ask a question that I have not asked in a few months. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, what are in your cups? And if you are local, if you're at home, what you sipping on tonight? Y'all got water, you got ginger ale, as Carlos corrects me. Carlos, what you got tonight? I want to know what Lowe's got. That face said it all.
Well, tonight to kind of wind down from this work experience, we got a
Yes,
little
wind down
Stella
to the
Black.
day. Look, you got Stella Black.
Yeah.
We're 20, Lowe's.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay. Ice white milk.
Of
Ooh,
today,
y'all bougie tonight.
outside,
Yes,
so
ice water.
some water tonight.
Okay,
Okay.
water. Okay.
Okay, water. All right, we got some water drinkers out there. I see y'all. Yes, ginger ale. Carlos, I knew your mom was gonna be drinking ginger ale.
Right.
All right, y'all. All right, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna start with my hot topics. We're gonna go local, then we're gonna go global. Okay. Let me get in here and let's see here. All right, and big local news. Dun, 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 dun. Quincy's is coming back. They said Quincy's coming back. According to the Facebook page, Quincy's is coming back at the end of this month or the beginning of April. So my question to the comment section, if you've been to Monroe, you've been to Quincy's, what is the first thing y'all putting on your plate when you go back to Quincy's? What y'all getting?
I'm at the hit up there buffet line.
Okay, buffet line. What you getting off the buffet, Lowe's?
I need that fried chicken. I
Fried
need
chicken.
some greens, some mac and cheese, some yams, the works.
Not the whole works.
The works.
I can't get with that macaroni and they yams like that, but
I forgot. Yeah, that macaroni is a little. Maybe they improved it.
It's a little
Maybe they
uncultured.
improved it. Yeah, I hope they improved it.
They ain't got nobody black making that. I'm just telling you that right now. If I go buffet line, I gotta have some fried chicken and some fried okra. But really, for real, on some real stuff, if you get a salad off the line, when it's like when they first put that little stuff in, it look fresh, like they just chopped it up. Them salads be busting.
Y'all miss everything. The yeast rolls. What about the yeast rolls?
Yes, yeast rolls.
Yes, yeast rolls. Okay, I'm looking at the comment section. Fried chicken it is looks like salad, not smoke. Rhoda, get out my comment section. Somebody escort. Where's security? Listen, but back in the day too, when I was a kid, because Quincy's just always been, we used to live in Cap Sutton, so we used to go to Quincy all the time. That was like a once a week thing. My mom was doing hair, honey. My mom worked 2 jobs. She was teaching school and doing hair. She wasn't cooking every day. So once a week, we used to, and my dad used to work at Cooper. So once a week, we used to always go to Quincy's. And honey, I think I have consumed so much steak as a kid. I don't think I was supposed to eat that much, but we used to get steak all the time. But the older I got, it was a little dry. So I just started hitting the buffet. But all right, y'all. So y'all be on the lookout for Quincy. Whoa. 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 Back that up, Carlos. Listen, put it in reverse, Carlos. That's what I'm saying. Nah. And more, a little broader, not as local. We have Wawa is coming to North Carolina. All right, so people in my comment section, as well as on the panel, have y'all ever experienced Wawa before?
Yes. I have no idea.
You have no idea. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you my experience. Let you tell yours. Paris, I think you're gonna like it, especially with the industry you in. I think you're gonna like it.
Don't like it.
So my first experience with Wawa was my freshman year at Virginia State. Now that I've driven to see how far we really walk, we was walking, but we would walk to the Wawa. Well, when we first got there, we didn't know what a Wawa was. So a lot of our people from Virginia would school us to stuff that was there, and we would school them to stuff that was here. So like they had never had cookout before. It was some more things they had never had because we was like, oh, we went to cookout. I was like, what's that? So they would school us what Wawa was. So we walked to the Wawa, and they was telling us what to get, and I got a Philly cheesesteak. Oh my god, and a Wawa juice. Listen, so don't when you go in there, don't get the name brand sodas. Don't get your Coca-Colas, your Pepsis, whatever. You get the Wawa brand lemonades, teas, whatever. It's like kind of how we have QT and what you got a lot in Greensboro Sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of sheets in Greensboro.
Okay, so yeah, so like Sheets, it's like Sheets and QT, but I personally feel like it's better. And they always had the cheapest gas too. So like
Yeah.
when I went to college my freshman year, that was that 07, 08 year. So you know, it's the first time we seen them gas prices like hit real hard. And anytime my parents came in town, they always gassed up at Wawa because it was way cheaper. Yeah, okay. So comment section is kind of saying about the same. Like, yeah, so the experience is like no other. The service is good and quick. Like they get you in and out. And everything in there is cheaper, but it's good quality stuff. And they keep it clean. So like if you are traveling, is them bathrooms clean, the store is clean. I can't stand going to a convenience store and the floor is sticky and dingy looking. They keep it like bright, clean, bright lights, everything. Yes, them snacks. Listen, you gotta hit a if you go on a road trip, you gotta hit a Wawa. Los, what you say about Wawa?
My first experience was also in Virginia. When I went in there, I was like, cause like they kept hyping it up. They was like, oh, they don't got no Wawas down here. I was like, no, what is a Wawa? It's like, so I'm like, we went in there, like she said, them snacks. Yeah, they got they have like such a big variety of snacks and stuff. Like, it's more than QT, it's more than Sheets, it's more than your average convenience store. They got snacks galore. And the drinks too. I didn't actually get their juices and stuff, but I noticed they had like a big variety of like the different drinks in there too. Like opposed to like again Sheets and any stores down here, they have like it's almost like a little international. It's like a mini international type store. Like they have
And
everything.
I wanted to say when I was saying the juices, let me tell y'all this. We was thinking that they were saying like get the juices like the 8 and 12 ounces. No, let me tell you. Up there, when they say get a juice, because this was like our New Jersey friends telling us this, they mean get a half gallon. So y'all, we was buying half gallons of strawberry kiwi and turning up these half gallon drinks like they was like, you should have seen us, all us North and South Carolina country little kids. We spilling juice everywhere. But by the end, though, we got good with it. You know, we was acting like we was from Virginia. You know, especially when you go to college out of state, you develop an accent that you ain't never had. Honey, we was acting like we was from Virginia. But we was drinking just y'all about to choke on them, but that was cheaper to get those. And you know, when you in college, you be struggling. So it was like 2 for something. So we was getting them in groups together, and it was a mess. But yeah, it's good stuff. Y'all gotta try it out. All right, y'all. This is a kind of serious question, but I want to get y'all opinions. All right, so Lotto gave an interview here recently. And as y'all know, she's working on an album. If you didn't know, she's working on an album. And she was saying that one of her male artists that does a feature with her was not going to release his verse for the feature because she turned him down in the DM. So, you know, hip hop is a male dominated industry, whatever they want to say. They, you know, I don't care how many women get Grammys, whatever. It's still male dominated. And luckily, the label kind of fought it out. They got the release. And it's so funny because a lot of people like basically that are on the album or have been confirmed of being on the album are basically saying, it wasn't me. So I guess everybody trying to figure out who she's talking about. We know it's not 21 Savage because they asked in the interview. And Kodak Black has been recent to say it wasn't him. So I'm about to see the set list when this release on Friday to try to figure out somebody was trying to get with Miss Lotto and she wasn't having it. And I love how she's not compromising herself just to get some record sales. She was saying she kept pushing for it to be on the album because she really liked the song. And she had mutual admiration for the fellow artist. However, this did taint her view on the person as a person, not as an artist. She also said just because her lyrics are overly sexual does not mean that that's her in real life. This is a persona she takes on when she is rapping. So, what are y'all's take on things like this happening? Like people feeling like because of their influence or because they're male or whatever, that they can just do whatever they want to do.
It's
We
like
go through it all the time. Los, of course, I don't know if you experience it much as we do as women, but all the time. So, like you said, I definitely applaud her saying, you know, hey, I'm not gonna do it, whatever. But we do. We go through that a lot. So
Yeah, I find especially like, and I know parents will probably get into a little more being in that trucking industry. I can only imagine. And then even with me with DJing and stuff, rappers and producers and stuff, they be thinking that I don't know, honey, half y'all little local rappers ain't that good no way. So don't be sliding me nothing unless you sliding some money to play your little raggedy song at the parties. So, but people feel like they can use their influence and their power, like they're gonna seduce you into doing something or whatever, whatever. But I think, especially people like Lotto and even people on a local level too, you have to use your influence because you got people that are looking up to you. And these girls want to be like you. And you have to set that standard so they know that you don't have to lay down with nobody just to be successful. You can make it on your own merits, your own talents, your own abilities. And it's still very tough. In 2022, it's still very tough. You can have a corporate job, you can work wherever, and you still have those pressures.
I feel like it's also something like it's been talked about for years and years and years, and it's like people don't really bring. They be like, oh yeah, like because a lot of female rappers like even whenever they're getting dissed or anything else, they saying, oh, they sucked in, they way to the top. It's like discounting their craft and discounting their artistry, and it's just like it sucks to, for me to be a guy, but it's like it's like why y'all do it's like
Yeah, and it makes
my take on it's just it bothers me because it's like it puts the heat on it puts the heat on everybody else where it's like everybody always thinking we just want something like we want that one thing and that's not always the case,
yeah,
like
and it does make it hard because you never know who to trust. Because some people,
yeah.
are wolves in sheep clothing. So, no matter how high you up or why you're climbing, you just really have to be very mindful and careful. And too, just in the age and era of social media, you have to be careful even in how you word stuff because stuff can be sliced and diced and spliced and make it seem like you said something you didn't say or did something you didn't do. Or, it's just, you just have to be very careful nowadays. And somebody who's a friend one day can be
Yeah.
the polar opposite the next. People are tired for
Yes.
some money too.
And it's also like people always like try to talk down on like females for their lyrics and stuff like that, but it's like that's what everybody expects from them, like to get those type of lyrics, that explicit stuff. And it's like, but you can't, like you said, like I was saying before, you can't hold them to that. That's just what they're rapping because that's what the labels, that's what everybody wants. Yeah.
Sex sales, it's period. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you can look at somebody like Rhapsody. She's from North Carolina, for those who don't know. Excellent lyricist. She's the modern day Queen Latifah meets MC Light. However, I'm not trying to be funny, but people are really not buying her lyrics and buying her music because she's a conscious rapper. She don't rap about her body. She don't rap about none of that. Now, they put on a little BT, a little Wars, a little, a little Cypher, a little something like that. But a lot of people are not like, oh my gosh, I got to get that new Rhapsody album. No, but we're gonna go get Megan, we're gonna go get Nicki, we're gonna go get Cardi, we're gonna go get Lotto, City Girls, whoever. And I mean, we like what we like. Sex sells. I mean, that's the industry, and that's men too. Sex sells especially in the music industry. If Chris Brown gave us a whole album about crying and heartbreak and whatever, we don't want to hear that. When he gonna take off his shirt and do his little dance routine? Like, like that's just how the industry is, especially in the music industry. Look at somebody like Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan has given us solid music for years. That girl wrote Hotels, and everybody was
And
like, "Oh my
boom.
God, she needs a Grammy." No, she needed a Grammy on the first album, the second album, the
Bust
third
your
album.
windows, all that. Like,
She been singing her heart out and writing for other people her whole existence. But I mean, that's the industry. That's the times we're in. Comment section, what y'all got? Leave Chris Brown, Lil Bird, just a love. I'm not a big Chris Brown fan. I just use it for example. Trey Songz, neither here nor there.
Say my name.
All right, y'all. In this wonderful Women's History Month, we may get some groundbreaking history here. We have, for the first time ever, we may have our first Black female on the Supreme Court. She is now in the Senate, going over the hearings and all that good stuff, all the formalities, but it's looking very favorable. And for the first time ever. Now, we've had Black male justices, we've had female justices, but this will be the first ever African American female in the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land. So, Paris, I know you have a daughter, and being a Black woman yourself, how does that make you feel, like that we may have a Black woman in the Supreme Court?
That's great. We have fought so hard and so long in these higher positions. And that's what I like about this new 2020 era that we're coming in. Women are allowed to be much stronger and stand their own grounds. So, hey.
I agree. And I think, when I look at like the court systems, we have a very flawed judicial system. Don't get me started on that. However, I feel like everyone should be represented. Right. And I feel like if she gets on there, we'll have more representation on that Supreme Court. Everybody is not an old white man. Let's just be honest. We have women, we have men, we have people of color, we have people of different ethnicities, we have people of different sexual orientations, we have different people. And I feel like if y'all gonna be voting and speaking on our rights, then have people that look like us voting for us, trying to make change in different areas. So I think it is very promising. And representation matters. It means something to see somebody that looks like you in a position, because it gives you hope that you can do it too. Right. So I think that is very promising. I hope that she gets it. Now, one thing that is getting on my nerves. So I look, I'm a Facebooker. So I was on Facebook earlier and I saw like a little post from like CNN or somebody just basically saying the hearings were going on. You can click on it to watch live. And to see so many like frowning faces, I'm like, listen, when it's the other way around, we're not frowning. Or even locally, whenever there are arrests made and things like that, just the comment sections, like, what in the world? Like, where are some of y'all's morals, heart, mind, y'all just say any and everything on social media. But if somebody says it to you and your family, then, oh my gosh, oh, so horrible. Oh my gosh, oh, how dare they? Like, these are somebody's sons and daughters that you're talking on. Like, this is somebody's dad, somebody's, mother, somebody's sister, brother, cousin. And it's just rude. But if somebody go in on y'all, then, well, don't say that in the comment section. Don't do this. Don't show out. And even us as Black people, we try to tell, we still listen and performing for the masses. Don't say that. Don't do this. Girl, bye. This is social media.
But really though, like,
yeah, like what?
Like, I was talking to you about that situation that happened in Concord. Like, when you look at those comments, like, they're like, hanger fire. Like, it's like, she's still human. Like, people can make mistakes.
Young. Like she's your age, right?
Yeah, it's like people make mistakes. Like, nobody knows the exact circumstances around the situation. You can't be out here and talk about hang her, fire her, put her in a chair, stuff like that. And then, but if we were to say that about Lil Molly and Lil Luke, y'all got an issue with us
Becky,
now.
don't forget Becky.
Thank you, Becky, Karen, all them. Like,
right. And then like with our kids, and then a lot of times I was talking to my mom because she was talking about one of her friends, and she was like, I just don't understand how she can like some of her ideas. I said, Mom, it's because she doesn't have to raise her kids like you had to raise me, or how they don't have to have talks about, Hey, if you get pulled over by police, make sure you do this. Make sure you're in plain view. They don't have to have those conversations. They don't have to ride in neighborhoods and get nervous because there's a cop following behind them, or they're not in a store where they have more money than probably the stuff is worth. And people say, ma'am, can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? And they follow you around the store. Like, they don't have those issues, so they don't understand why we act the way we act. Why we say the things we say.
I'm gonna get my lawyer.
Yeah, if we say something with a certain tone, especially me and parents, we're Black women. Oh, they're so aggressive. Why are they so aggressive? Why are they? What's wrong with them? And it's just like, huh? We did
those narratives.
We just did a forum a few months back, and I think it's on the YWCA Central Carolina's YouTube page. And we talked about how they treat Black and Hispanic girls in schools, how the suspension rates are different, how they are made to be like criminals. Like, if two white girls get in a fight in school, they sit them down, they talk to them, they call their mama. If two Black girls get in a fight in school, honey, they got to have resource officers. They got to have interventions. They want to know what's going on at home. Is there violence in the home? Or is the child being neglected and acting out like, girl, bye. They fighting over some boy that they both like. It's normal.
Not to mention the 10 days and sending them to South Providence.
Right. And then they treat them like they're in prison. And then they want to know why the, high school to prison ratio is so high. Because you prepare them for prison before you prepare them for life, for college, for military. Yeah. It's like, it gets real. So I think it's very good when we can see people like us in areas of change. And let me put my tidbit in here too. Wherever you're watching from, whatever city, state, locale you are in, make sure that you are voting in your school board elections. Now I'm using my platform as much as I can, but make sure you are voting in your school board elections. And every now and then, wherever you live, get on YouTube, watch some of the school board meetings, because everybody that look like you ain't voting like you think they voting. Now, for one, I do support a certain candidate here in Monroe. You'll see my Facebook page and you'll see who I support, but I support them because they saying what we need to have said.
And stand ground. They stand when they get in and change just because you've been elected. So
right. So make sure that y'all are following these elections, because we get to complain about stuff, but we're not voting. And we're not showing up and sticking together. Because some of y'all telling folks that y'all gonna vote for them, take their little stickers, you take their little whatever, you come to little campaign rallies and get little free stuff, and then you vote for the opposite. And then want to complain. So you want change, you gotta vote. All right, y'all, we're gonna take our first little break, a little 2-minute little break. We're gonna say bye to Paris for a second. Hold on, no, not. Hold on, where she go? All right, just for a second. And I'm gonna leave Los for a minute. Then I'm gonna say bye to him too. You like I did you, Los? Los, because I know you want to be. I want to see your face for this. Los, on this week, we lost a gospel giant. Oh Lord, look at his face, y'all. He crying like he at the funeral. We lost none other than LaShawn Pace. Now,
there's a leak in this old building.
I'm talking leak in this old building. I'm talking.
Act like you know.
You're so aggravated. Jeez. I was about to say, I know I've been changed, fool.
Oh yeah.
So any song that you sang at the funeral, I know I've been changed. Y'all done sang at every Black funeral, and y'all done sang it's a leak in this whole building at every Black funeral, especially if y'all got wood floors at the church.
Yes, sir.
So, and to make it a little happier, in this last year, Act Like You Know did turn into a TikTok sensation. So I'm gonna just give y'all a little something in my section where I normally do a new joint. We're gonna do a throwback instead, in honor of the late great. So y'all stay tuned. When he went bye-bye. I had to get him off my screen. My bad, y'all. So y'all watch this and act like you know. Come on,
Mother, do you know? Go, mother, go, mother. Mother, do you know it? Mother, do you know it? Act like you know it. I'm gonna act like I know it. I'm gonna act like I know it. I want to know I know it. I want to know I know it. How do you know it? How do you know it? Please pick me up. Pick me up. Hold me on the road. Stop me. Oh, solid ground. I know it. I'm gonna act like I know it. I'm gonna act like I know it. I'm gonna act like I know it. I know it. I know. That's mama.
Y'all, we didn't act like we know. I hope y'all act like you know. Let me bring Lowe's back in here before I bring Miss Paris back. Y'all was acting like y'all know for a couple months on TikTok now.
You know, I did not know that's how you pronounce Dorena's name. I thought it was Derenice.
Well, they in the heavenly choir now acting like they know. No
Like,
joke,
no.
pretend I was being serious. Hold on, y'all, because I was prepared for tonight, honey. I got notes. Let me get my notes out.
Okay, notes.
Lowe's, don't get cussed out on the. You know what? We're gonna say that for the after show. I'm gonna act like I know.
Wow.
Y'all, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. If you're watching Facebook Live, obviously you're following through DJ Kels, but make sure that you're watching DJ Kels 704 on all social media platforms. So yes, Instagram did change over to DJ Kels 704. Also, remember last week, I was talking about the clothing line. I'm adding a few more items. We got some new shirts and stuff. What was? Don't do that when I did it. I can't stand you. Anyway, I think our Stella Black has kicked in. So make sure you get that and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, you can follow Lowe's.
Hey, Big Los.
He called himself Big Lowe's. Everybody know he a little pup. He
Just
a little
Big
Lowe's.
Los.
And also to make sure y'all are following Paris. But don't be all in her personal stuff, honey. Get on the business page. Stop being nosy. Black folks is nosy.
Just nosy.
Yes, and go to the website, honey. We legit over here. We official. Don't be just a messenger on Facebook. And go to the business sites. All right, Paris, so welcome back. Oh, my bad. I give you a warning. My bad.
More careful.
My bad. Now I got Shakana, don't hype him up. He's still a little low.
Nah, it's a Big Los.
Anywho, Paris. I want you, before we talk about your journey to becoming an entrepreneur, tell us first about your business, like the name of it, where the name came from, and what your business means to you.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, the name of my company is NJC Logistics. And I named it after my parents, Nate and Jean Craig. I felt like that was just something to give me motivation, and I will have their blessings from them. They both have passed on, so it just meant a lot to me, and I wanted to do something in their honor. So I came up with NJC Logistics. My company does offer different services, dispatching services, business startup. I also do some agent brokering. Just pretty much anything dealing with transportation and logistics, I'm your girl. So
Okay. And I think also too, by naming it after your parents, I think it's a stamp of legacy. Like it really is a legacy builder. And I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and they were talking about they want to, have kids and build a legacy. And I said, that's good. But in order to build the legacy, it has to have a foundation. Like it has to start somewhere. You can't just start that off the ground. You gotta let's dig and see what mama did, what daddy did, what grandparents did, and let's build off of the foundations that they had in order to build that strong that legacy. And that's something for your children and their children to come, that they can say this is what this derived from, this is what this came from. And don't let parents fool you, honey. That slogan is she is moving that freight from state to state, and they moving it too.
State, Miss Craig.
Listen, and don't let it fool you either. Miss Craig doesn't mind getting her hands dirty. I've seen pictures on social media. She is out there with those truckers. She might be in an office setting 1 minute and out there with those truckers the next minute. She might hop in the truck. I don't know.
Listen, look, definitely have. And actually, I just got my A-class CDLs back in December. So yes.
Okay. So tell us about your journey to entrepreneurship. Like, how did that start? Did you always want to be an entrepreneur, or did you feel like you feel like it was destined, you were forced into it? What happened?
Well, in reference to this business, I was kind of forced into it. Probably back in 2017, I played around because I love fashion. So if any of you guys do know me that's on here, I like to play around with fashion. I first started with making sandals, and I moved on to making drinks, Tasty Pleasures.
Hey, Tasty Pleasures.
That was the name of my furry slides that I used to make. However, during this time, I was working at a driver manager at a large corporation. Corporate world, I've always kind of worked in corporate America after finishing college. So I was there, and like we was talking about earlier, one of the guys there, which was an older white man, Lord rest his soul, because he's no longer here. But I started a new job in a male dominated industry. I was younger, so 35, 34, Black female. So he gave me a proposition to go to lunch with him. And I didn't, because why do I need to go to lunch with you? And it first started there. So from there, he started, we had to work hand in hand. We was on a contract, and my company was contracted through his corporation. And so we had to work hand in hand. And when I tell you, he came for me every way he possibly could. And like I said, I'm a single mother as well. So as a young single mother making close to almost 6 figures, I'm like, this is a great job opportunity for me. So I'm working above and beyond, really around the clock, 23 hours. And nothing I did was good enough for him. Everything he was reporting back. We even had a phone call conversation one time, and he was like, y'all people. Mind you, myself as a driver manager was a Black female, but my supervisor, he was a Black older male. And the company I work for is here in Marshville, actually. And so if you guys are from Monroe, you know what type of area Marshville is. And unfortunately, some areas down there is prejudice. And so he just couldn't take that we were in leadership there, and we had to work hand in hand. My opinion mattered, and so did his, but he couldn't do it. So pretty much, long story short, he gave them, went to the head people and say, hey, either you guys get rid of her or you lose your contract. And of course, it's a large corporation, so little old me didn't mean anything to them. But during this time, some of my drivers, they like, you're real dedicated, you're working hard. They told me about being a freight broker. And so I started doing my own research into freight brokering. Like I said, long story short, they fired me. I went to a job in human resources, worked there 2 weeks. And I prayed about it, and I called my best friend. I was like, girl, tell me to leave this job. She said, girl, leave it, step out on faith. And that's exactly what I did. And March, actually, when Corona started, it's been 2 years of my company in March, and I stepped out on faith, and I've been doing it ever since.
Wow. That is amazing. Like, and it is funny because it's a common thread of all the people we've had this month, really some from last month and from months past, is that leap of faith. Like, and it's tough because you don't know what's on the other side of that. But I promise you, it's like a sink or swim, and like, don't nobody want to sink, so you gonna learn how to swim whether you know how to or not. And I found, Paris, and I'm pretty sure you have too, a lot of times Black females as well as Black males, especially when you get out of college, a lot of times, and even after you have some work experience, you apply for jobs because you're trying to get something, whatever, and jobs you overqualify for. But sometimes because of who's in charge, who knows who, you get overlooked. And I'm going to just put the city of Monroe on blast for a minute. I have a political science major, the study of politics and government. Why is it I can't find a job with the city of Monroe or Union County? And I keep getting, oh, well, we found someone better qualified. How? It's the light bill place. You take the money, you put it in the system and keep it moving. How is it you found somebody better qualified? I was working at the bank and I was doing the same thing, taking people's money, applying it to an account and keeping it moving. But then y'all have a high turnover rate. I'm confused. No, I'm not. Because I don't see nobody in that light bill place that look like me. Not that I really wanted that job that bad. I just wanted to know why I couldn't get it.
You're right.
But they'll stick us in the dirty jobs. And you can be degreed up. I don't care. You can have master's degrees, plural, behind your name. Letters before and after your name. When they see, if they look at the name and they can assume you already get the denial. Now, I get as far as about the phone conversation. I can get through that. When they get that little face-to-face, and they call that name, and I get them every time. Kelsey Livingston, I get to walk in, hi. And they call that name again, like, girl, I'm in front of you. It's me, oh Lord. And where's my mama? Like, girl, I'm right here. Oh, you looking for something a little more ethnic? You thought my name was a little more ethnic? Right. Girl, no, it's me. But it's that prejudge. But you know what? One thing about our people, we are so innovative. We are so creative. And we've always had to fight for our own. Our problem is sticking together while we fighting for our own.
You're definitely right about that.
And a lot of times the ones that do you in on these jobs, they don't look the opposite way. They're looking just like you.
Just like you.
Insecure of themselves and scared that you're going to take their little job and position. And be the main ones to put the nail in the coffin. But they don't know that, what's inside of you. So for those of you who are on here tonight and you're thinking about starting something, go for it. Like,
jump out on faith and do it. It's the best.
You don't know it until you try it.
I wish I'd known about this years ago. I'd have been started my own business so many years ago. So definitely do it, you guys.
Yeah, and it's like I can tell you enjoy what you do. Like,
do it.
Look, you gotta go for it, y'all. Definitely gotta go for it. Let me see. Hold on, wait. I have some more questions. Now, Miss Paris, you kind of hit it on it, but if you had to tell somebody who's on here tonight that is thinking about starting a business or thinking about that leap of faith, what advice would you give them?
I would say jump for it. My thing is, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. I've always been real huge on that. So just go for it. Nobody said it's going to be easy. If it's easy, it's not really worth having. It's going to be trials and tribulations. It's going to be days you just want to throw in the towel. But with blood, sweat, and tears, it makes it even more because you know it's yours. You know the work that you've put in for it. So many of us, and even you can say that as well, Kels, and speak on behalf of that. We go and we work hard for other people that at the end of the day, they don't care about letting us go and they have somebody else that'll replace you the next day.
They sure will.
Work hard around the clock, above and beyond, and really not appreciate it. So, like I said, this is for the girl with the long fingernails that they call ghetto, and you can do it.
You can do it, and you can change that standard. Because I know, like, when I speaking to that, when I was at the Y, I worked tirelessly, and at one point in time, real time, and I know this is illegal, I had 45 kids, no assistance, no helps, just me and 45 kids. Now, luckily, them kids like me, so they didn't show out on me, but it was like draining. And it wasn't until I knew my worth, but it wasn't until I left that they realized my worth. And it wasn't until they couldn't keep nobody there after I left and their numbers of enrollment went down. Now, luckily, I was trying to get out of a bad situation and they called me back, but it made me negotiate my contract much easier because you have to know your worth, first of all. And you have to learn to speak up. And to anybody who's on here that works for somebody else and works a 9 to 5, listen to this advice I took from my mother and one of my best friends. And I used to wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it for the longest, y'all. When they give you that first offer, don't get excited at the number because you haven't seen that number before, or you feel like that's good. You researching that's a good number. No, it's not. That the first number they give you is the number that they know is lower than the low. Give them something higher. They gonna come out and say, "Oh, we can't do that, but we can do this." But that's funny because you couldn't do that the first time you came out. You keep going back and forth so you find something that y'all can reach an agreement on. Because what happens is we as Black people, we get excited by a number and we don't realize that that's lower than what they're paying somebody fresh out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
That's lower than and they gonna give you all the training when you get there anyway. Do not settle for that first number. Learn from my mistakes, child. Do not settle for that first number. Because I felt like when I first went to the Y fresh out of college, I thought I was doing something because I had a friend who graduated and they were an actual school teacher. And I was making more money than them, doing less work. So I was like, hey, I'm doing good. Wrong. Like, you got to count the cost. So make sure that you count the cost, but also, too, like, y'all, we got to stop slaving for these jobs because they will replace you. Matter of fact, sometimes they'll shut down your whole department and replace you with a computer. And, you know, you really have to be innovative, thinking about the next move. Something that she said earlier, too, we got to have multiple streams of income. Like, we can't just have one, you can't just be a one-trick pony. You got to have multiple hustles. Do y'all realize the average millionaire has at least 7 streams of income? 7. And y'all think y'all doing something that one little job that you work for somebody else? Child, no, you ain't doing enough. And I'm going to tell you something, too. A lot of times, you'll start learning who your real friends are when you start getting busy and you start having stuff to do. A real friend will understand and support the fact that you're busy. If you got that one person in your circle and they're like, Tom, you ain't never got time. You're not busy enough. And maybe you don't fit the circle. Like, because fame, not just famous, but people who are working, people who have something. Yes, now I'm all about balance. Honey, make sure you still got time for your family. If you're in a relationship, for yourself. Make sure you still have time for those vacations, those girls' nights, those whatever. You got to have that letdown time. But you know, sometimes in order to have something, you have to make sacrifices. And that means you can't be at all the family functions. You can't be at every party. Don't mean that I don't love you, but you got to learn that work-life balance because you got to have those goals of what you want moving forward. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing what's best for you. I'm just trying to warn some of y'all that's trying to start businesses because, honey, when you start that little business, them so-called friends, they gonna call everything your little this and your little that. Your little degree, your little business, and you can just weed them right on out. But you got to have people around you that uplift you too. And they can see stuff that you don't always see. Lowe's, you got any questions for Miss Paris tonight?
So don't cuss me out for this.
Well, you have to start your question with a
I'm not in
disclaimer.
the comment section. I got to get my game back.
So, how did you make that transition?
With a disclaimer, that's bad already.
How did you make that transition from Big P to Paris Craig, the businesswoman?
I'm glad you said that, Lowe's. Hey, I was just quick to tell people, listen, I'm not the same person who I used to be. I don't do the same things that I used to do. So, and I'll prove myself. I'm not one to be big on, I need to prove myself to anyone, but I've showed and proved that over the years I have matured a lot. Like I said, not the same person that I used to be. I don't react to the same stuff like I used to. So I just told them, hey, I'm not Big P anymore. Just call me Paris. So I hear that a lot, and I have several shirts that got my name on it because I'm not that person I used to be anymore.
I like that because you have to. Some things you can switch back and forth, but some things just have to go.
Right.
It's just a different era of you, a new evolution of you, and I like that. That is very important. So what's new for you? What can we expect from Paris?
A lot of new things. I'm not going to speak too much on them, but definitely, like you said, multiple streams of income. You're going to see some trucks near you very soon. Definitely that. Doing some different things with moving freight, like I said, and Kelsey said, that's Miss Craig, moving freight from state to state. So I'm starting to get into some things with brokering. So you may see a brokerage coming soon. Definitely going to see the trucks. So
okay,
it's at this point, it's just no limit. Whatever God has for me, whatever He whisper in my ear, whatever I dream, I'm definitely gonna try it. Who's to say failure is here? Failure is not an option for me. At least I'm gonna say, you know what? She tried it, it didn't work out for her. She's on to something else, so she's just building on to her empire and her foundation of what she's already created. So you're definitely gonna see a lot more of Paris Craig and NJC Logistics and Top Priority Trucking. It's gonna be a lot within the next couple of years. So yeah.
And what all like opportunities does your businesses and your company offer to people? So like if somebody tonight is watching and they're trying to get into transportation, or maybe they already have a truck or something, and they like, what all do you offer to them?
Okay. I offer, as I say, that I do offer startup consultations to anybody getting in the transportation industry, does not know the transportation industry. I'll assist you with setting up your business from start to finish, assist you with gaining your authority so you can, ride in these streets or, be able to transport stuff legally. I also assist with payroll, back office paperwork. You need somebody to do your invoices, keep your filings for the yearly audits. I also assist with that. Like I said, transportation as far as dispatch, and I assist you with finding loads. I also have dispatching classes that I offer one-on-ones. I did group sessions, but I actually like the dispatching one-on-one courses just so I can let everybody actually get hands-on learning the dispatching and transportation industry. I tell you how to go directly to shippers, leave these low boards alone. And so it's a lot dealing with transportation. As I stated, just basically assisting with getting government contracts if you need certification. And this certification, a lot of people don't know about the different certifications dealing with businesses. I'll assist you with women-owned small business, minority-owned, hub certified, any type of certifications. I also assist with that and helping you get yourself certified to be able to apply for government contracts.
Okay. You do it all.
Right.
Don't let this face fool you. There's a lot of
Got it.
behind
Oh.
She does it all.
I
That's what's up though. Like, wow. I gotta say, I knew some of what you did just from following you on social media and looking when you post different things. But wow, that's like, okay, I see you.
But payroll too, human resources. I'm your one-stop shop.
That's what I was about to say. Literally a one-stop shop. Like you can get it all done. Like that's what's up. And especially, you know what? It was something you said earlier about like that leap of faith, but doing it in God's timing. Because when you stepped out into it, that's when we needed that transportation world more than ever during that time of that pandemic. Honey, we couldn't get stuff from stores to warehouses quick enough. Y'all remember trying to find toilet paper and paper towels and Lysol.
Right.
Don't forget, don't act brand new. It was just last year.
Right.
Y'all was
Right.
fighting in Walmart where you couldn't fight, just you couldn't get in there because they open at certain hours and stuff. Y'all remember going to these stores and calling your family members, I got some toilet paper at Dollar General. Like, y'all know what it was like. Don't act brand new. Like, so that was perfect timing to get in there when the demand was so high. And it's just great things that you have in store. Now, I always say apples don't fall too far from the tree. So do you feel like your children have that kind of hustler mentality, that kind of work ethic from you? You feel like, are you seeing that out of them? You think they're going to get into the game too?
Listen,
Or get their own
well,
hustle?
this is my thing. I'm definitely teaching them the game and I'm letting them know they have a business as well that I'm growing for them. However, like I told them, you have to put in the footwork. One of my cousins told me this a long time ago. I'll assist you and give you the resources that you need, but it's up to you to put in your own footwork to see how far you'll go. And so I'm a firm believer in that. My mom always, and well, actually my parents always instilled that in me. So I tell my kids all the time, I'm gonna go get a deal. I'll see how I'm in here working. Pull up, get up here. I'm gonna show you how to do invoices. I pay them from time to time to do invoices, just stuff to kind of keep them interested in it. Like I told my son when he graduated, he's actually in 11th grade. Once he graduates, I'll have a truck sitting out there for you so you can get in and explore the world for free while making a good living. So I definitely, they see me working. I definitely try to get them in hands-on as possible. And like I was saying, with the trucking company that we're getting ready to start, they'll definitely be in it. Summertime, that's their job, putting them on payroll. Yeah, so I'm definitely rolling it over to them because, like you said, this is a legacy that I created. I'm building from ground up. So I want to be able to leave this to my children, grandchildren, and so far. So the crazy hit stay.
That's what's and like you said, it's such a way of exposure. Like being able to see the country, like that in itself is so priceless. Like you cannot pay for those memories
Right.
of seeing it like face to face, up close and personal. And like I know for me, my mom did hair for years. Now as far as get my hair done, yes. Do somebody hair? No, that was not me. But from a small child, my mama had me answering phones. Like my job from like 5 years old, she was unlimited, Kelsey speaking, and people thought, that's so cute. No, she was training me to you can't talk on this phone, this business phone, like you talk at the house phone.
Right.
Like sweeping the floors, doing little odd jobs like that. I used to straighten up the magazines, like that was my job. But though I did not get into the hair industry, it prepared me for business. Like, okay, sometimes you make a sale off of your presentation. It ain't even got nothing to do. They ain't even see you do the hair yet. Is your shop clean? Is it neat? Does it smell good? Does it look warm and inviting? Like it's little things about that in business that people pick up young from that parent, from that mentor. And it really does mean a lot. Like, and to this day, even when I set up for a DJ gig, if my tablecloth is not clean or something's not straight, like I gotta have it just so. I don't care if we add the 4th of July cookout. Hey, little plug. It gotta be right because you never know who's gonna see you and who's that first impression. Just like right now, like you are branded, you got your shirt on, like because
They
you
gotta
are
show
your
us your logo.
advertisement.
It look, NJ, wait a minute, hold on, let me make sure I'm doing the right.
You in there?
The NJC Logistics.
Let me see, girl. But it's like you are your representation of your company. And what better way to be that walking, talking billboard? That's why, like, as a kid, my mom used to get on me all the time. Let me make sure she ain't in the comment section. She like sneaking here from time to time. Okay, she used to get on me all the time because I was such a tomboy, y'all. I would go to school with wonderful curls and all this stuff. Honey, come back and look a hot mess. And I used to get fussed at all the time because she was like, "No, you are my walking, talking advertisement." People see my daughter hair jacked up, they gonna think I can't do hair, and I'm like, I used to think all the time they ain't got nothing to do with you or me. But I understand now, like, especially working with kids, like, Lord Jesus, because you looking at it like how you do hair and your kids' hair jacked up, or how you make clothes and your kids looking raggedy. Like, people look at that. You know what I'm saying? So you're walking, talking advertisement. If she's the CEO of this company and I see her at Walmart, I'm like, ooh, she on what now? Like, we look at that. So even on your off day, you gotta be on point. Like, even now DJing, like, especially if I go out and I gotta like DJ Kels hoodie on, I'm always like, y'all gonna laugh at me. There's been times where I have walked out the house, right? Just my regular ponytail, not this one. And be like, oh, let me go wrap her on right quick because somebody gonna see me and be like, she don't look like the pictures. She don't know what I'm saying because people look at that. So, but yeah, this is good stuff tonight, y'all. I feel like we had a really good show, a lot of good stuff in here. But yeah, remember if you are your own business owner, that you are your brand. So you can't just be going out here looking regular degular. You represent your brand at all times, even on your bad day. Definitely. Ladies, throw on a little makeup, slap your wig on, put a hat on, do something. Don't just go out the door looking crusty dusty. Well, Los, you have any more questions for Miss Paris? Comment section. I didn't even ask y'all.
Well, that's all right. Look, before y'all do, I do wanna just spread some information.
Most definitely.
As I stated, I do have one-on-one dispatching courses. You can reach out to me. They're in 2 4-hour sessions. I provide you with the hand guide, provide you with referrals to bring in direct shippers, assist you with potential customers, as well as giving you resources to assist you in the transportation industry. Also, currently, right now, I am looking for box truck owners, owner operators with lift gates in the Greer, South Carolina, or surrounding areas. I have a contact in Greer, South Carolina, so everything actually picks up out of Greer, but the rates are really good. So I'm definitely looking for any type of dedicated owner operators definitely give me a call. My contact information is 336-207-9642. Also, you can reach me on my website at www.njclogisticsnc.com. Also, I do have a business page on Facebook, NJC Logistics. Check me out on there, as well as Instagram, NJC Logistics. Oh, you can
Well,
also Google
thank you. Thank you
as
for
well.
having us and being our guest on here. We had a great show. Great information too. I got some friends that stay in Greer, so I'm gonna definitely reach out to them and see who they know in the area that might be interested in that. They might have a box truck or something to that effect.
Well, thank you
So
guys
yeah.
much for having me on today, you guys. I couldn't cut up too much. Then I was being all professional.
You were very
Look,
professional in this interview.
in the comments section, I have some good.
Yeah, you gotta go back and comment. Well, we thank you, and we will definitely have you back again.
Thank you.
Have a good night now. Lowe's. Lowe's, what you think about tonight's show?
Filled with a lot of good information.
A good info, right? We be trying to school you, I'm joking. A little Lowe's.
Big Lowe's.
Comment section, you think he should go by Big Lowe's or Little Lowe's?
Big Lowe's. We going by Big
Little
Lowe's.
Lowe's. His daddy name is Carlos, y'all. He is Little Lowe's. If you go to his hometown right now, they're gonna say Little Carlos. Little Carlos. Where his mama at? She's in this comment section. If his mama in this comment section still, she gonna
he
say
can be Big Carlos. I'm gonna be a Big Lowe's. Yeah.
I've been trying to act right with him. Okay, you guys, make sure next week you watch. We have none other than Ronnie Suave. Gonna meet in not Little Big Lowe's.
Nah. Scratch that.
I like that. Little Big Lowe's. Hey, I like that.
No, we're gonna scratch that little.
We got Ronnie on next week, y'all. We talking all things arts when we dancing. You popping the lock in, Carlos?
Hit the roll back.
Y'all, come and get it, Lowe's. Look, you making other people leave. They leaving now.
Wow, no.
Y'all, we had a great show. I enjoyed each and every one of you. If you are in trucking, you're trying to get into trucking, make sure if you did not watch this from the beginning, watch it again. You know, you can watch it on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Share, like, comment, share this video. Because next time I go look at it, I want to see them numbers go up. Thank you. But thank y'all for always being supporters of DJ Kels and Friends. And you never know, I might bring you back on or bring you on. So if you have a business or you have something you're launching or you're into music or whatever, inbox me. Let's see if we can get you on the lineup. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to call it a night because me and Carlos sinuses are killing us. We doing good to make it through this show. Okay? Did you hear me? Literally, are you hearing me? Because I got like, hold on, like. I didn't mean to do that. I could do that. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
I accidentally touched something. So anyway, yeah. So between my sinus pressure and my throat is better. I sound worse than I feel. I feel great actually, but I sound horrible, and I don't like that.
Medicine won't work wonders.
Shut up, Lowe's. Hey, shut up, little Lowe's. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Lilos. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all tune in again. Have a great night.
I'm still sitting on that screen. Big Lowe's.
Bye, Lilos.